Hello, this is Rashaan Leflore's page, and this is going to be an update video about the biggest story this week about the former retired officer, White, and Casey White, the inmate who got caught yesterday around 6:30, about 6 o'clock yesterday, or 7:30, or 7 o'clock yesterday evening. And one of them, the sad thing happened was today is the May the 10th, 2022, and today is the 10th of May and Tuesday. And I'm going to be doing a video about the latest story of the update video that I did about them in the middle of last week. And this one's going to be quite interesting, but this is the way I describe what I feel would happen, or what I think was going on with this whole ordeal. They got the couple around 6:30 or 6 o'clock yesterday p.m. time, Central Time. And the man, they pulled him out the car. They were found in Indiana at a car wash. I forgot the name of the town, but I think it was Laurendale or Vickville or Louisville, Indiana, or something like that. And I knew they were going to get the guy out the car first because he's bigger, and they wanted him more than they wanted this Vicky, the police officer. And I think that a lot of things happened to this woman when she was working with this police station. And I think that, and I'm not saying it's true, but I allegedly think that they shot that woman. I really do. I think that she didn't kill herself. I think the reason why they felt threatened because she had a gun. Because when that cop was up there on that podium stand, the detective, the one that talk all slow and that's real big and fat, didn't want to mention that how injured she was in the shooting during that conference they had yesterday at 6:30. And supposedly she did a shot, they said, in the head, inflicted in the head, and they pulled him out, and he kept looking back at her at the car to see what happened to her, because they didn't know, he was trying to see if she was going to survive. And I think he was trying to see if she was going to die, because this guy had an additional plan probably after the fact that they got caught for the first time. And this woman was mental, I think, if she did shoot herself. I think that the suspect was also mental. I think anytime you deal with a two-time felon and a murderer, you don't need to use your life. It's not worth it for him or for her. You have so much to live for. And I heard this lady had 2 grown boys that she was raised by herself because her husband got sick and he died. And I just don't understand the fact that you want to kill yourself over a 2-time felon murderer. It's very sad, you know. And I look back at my life, and I ain't never wanted to stiff myself because of a man. And when I heard that this woman did this, something just didn't sound right about it. Something sounded very fishy about her killing herself. And the reason why I'm laying down, folks, because I've been having these dizzy spells all day. So pardon me for laying down. And so the surveillance camera picked up the couple at the car wash, like I said earlier that day, which was Monday. And they were both caught picking each other up at, I guess, an outside motel, or they were meeting up. And the guy was wearing sunglasses, and he was walking around like nothing ain't going on, not even to be suspected of anybody finding him. And there was an award that was given out to the owner of that car wash who found the truck inside the park area where they washed their car. And like I said, I think that this woman was lonely. I think she was miserable, and I think she was kind of stupid to drag this man out of jail, lie to the police, and lose her life over him, like she was so in love with him. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And I think that she was just very, like I said, unstable, and she probably threatened them because she felt like she had the gun. She sounded like the controlling type, buying this motherfucker clothes, buying him food, housing him, hiding him. And they did it both by themselves. They said they didn't get anybody else involved except for that man car wash that they found the car and they abandoned the truck because the truck wasn't on the scene when they pulled Big Bubba out the car. I call him Big Bubba because he's so big. And they should have had 3 police officers holding him down because they don't know if that man would have reacted. They lucky that that man felt like he could live without this woman killing herself. Without her, he didn't have nothing. This was the only woman that he could rely on, and she had him up under her tit, basically. So she had the pull, she had the money, and the cop was saying that she had about $30,000 left. They must have been spending a lot of money on each other within that couple of weeks that they were together. I'm just assuming. So she was wanted on 3 charges for kidnapping him from the jail, having a body citizen with her that was a suspect in a murder case, and also the charges for the weapons that they said they found in the vehicle, in the last vehicle that they used, which was a Lincoln, I guess. It looked kind of like a Lincoln or a goldish Cadillac or a Buick, an older model. And they still had her in the car flipped over inside the car and didn't even worry about pulling this woman out. They just left her in the car because I guess they thought she was going to kill one of them because she had the gun. Okay, so basically she was the main one driving through this whole shenanigan business high-rolling trip that they made all across the U.S. And I think that they've been in Texas because I seen a truck that was the same color passing down my street a couple of weeks ago. And it could have been them, folks. I don't know. In Texas, San Antonio. No matter how long they tried to pick up the miles on the truck or the vehicle they had at first that broke down when they said it was like a copper color, but it wasn't. It was orange. Okay? So she shot herself, and I guess she didn't want to talk to the police and the Mr. Piggy man that was over the case, the detective. And this woman must have been through some personal shit, I think. I think she was going through something personal with the police station that she worked for 16 years. I think that there was a reason why she didn't want to speak to the police. And that could be why she killed herself, because there was a lot more to it. So basically, I don't understand. The only thing I could think of is, why is it that when that man was up there talking to everybody in that press conference, why wasn't he saying how bad this woman was shot? How come he tried to act like he didn't know, like a dumb fuck, like he didn't know that she was injured in the manner that she was injured? He tried to make it seem like, oh, it's just a little minor injury. And then when we talked to the cop that got him, oh, he said it was way more serious than just the injury. It was a self-inflicted wound that she did right there before the car flipped over. That's what they said. Okay, so this detective is full of shit. I think he talked too much. And I call him Mr. Piggy because he's so big and fat and he's so talkative. But he can't answer one question to us that we want to know. How did she immune herself to get shot like that? Was it them that really did it and they tried to cover it up? We don't know. We weren't there. We don't know if this is true. So I think that they wanted to keep a lot of stuff private on this case because they didn't want everybody in the world to make them look bad, in Alabama. But I think that this woman was totally against working for these men in Alabama at that jail cell. And what would make her kill herself for a 2-time felon? I have no idea. This man was on drugs, and this man was the love of her life. And you see, the women that I know of, they're innocent because they like to mess with the garbage. They like to mess with the gangsters. They like to mess with the hard, roughneck guys instead of getting the nice guy to marry them and fall in love with just a normal guy that don't want no drama. That's the kind of men that these women are out for these days. And that's why I just think it's so sad. I think it's sad for her the way they treated this woman. And I think that they may make it seem like she had it going on, but she really didn't. Even though she was the most popular cop in the jail, I think that it was more to it. That's just what I think. So he should have mentioned how she got shot, which he didn't. And he should have been more responsible for his press meeting. And I don't know why she did it, but I think that she's was kind of mental, and I think that she was scared because she knew something about